So I just wanted to do a quick demonstration of where we've got up to so far. What you can see up in the top left of the screen here is we've got a Rust desk tool, which is a sort of screen sharing tool connected into a laptop in the hardware lab down in London. And the webcam on that laptop is pointed at our one of our 13-inch e-ink displays. That's being powered up there. You can see one of our models, very highly paid models, has been posing for us, which you can see on the e-ink display. And what I've got down below that is the black box is a terminal window, which is a serial terminal connected into the main controller that's running our Foundries-based Yocto embedded Linux on that board. If I press return a few times, you would normally see some kind of response from that. You can't at the minute. And as if by magic, you just see some activity there. That's it booting up because it's booting up, doing some work, and going back to sleep. We have a proprietary power management microcontroller on this system, which is managing whether various power domains such as Wi-Fi, the display controller, and the main application core are operational. And I may come back to this a little bit later, but what you can see here, if I drag it across, is I've got a little real-time power graph that's going on. That's coming directly out of a DMM digital multimeter that's also down in the lab monitoring current consumption, power consumption on this e-ink display as we optimize for extremely low battery life. And that's there's more work to be done, quite frankly, but that's running up now. You'll see some spiking. The blue curve is instantaneous sampling. The red curve is a moving average. And what you will see is that it sort of goes along somewhere around about 100, 150 milliamps. And then now here it drops right back down to, it's on about 120 microamps at the minute. We can do better than that, but that's the kind of target that we're hitting for the moment, which is good. So it's in a deep sleep for a period of time. It wakes up, it does its job, and it goes back to sleep. And that kind of optimization is what's going to give us years and years of battery life, which is good news. So that seems to actually be working quite well. I've had this on a minimal soak test. There is more to be done, but it's waking and sleeping and waking and sleeping. As I say, there is a lot more optimization that needs to be done, but it's doing the first set of steps that we need it to do. So if I pull that out of the way, the next thing is that I have it on a kind of a debugging cycle, so it's waking up quite often. But in essence, what we want this to be doing is waking up, going off to get a set of instructions for scheduling what should be displayed, pulling down and caching any images that need to be displayed, and then working out what should be on the screen at any given time and reporting back some telemetry in terms of what is on the screen and battery life and associated information. So if we then go over to our portal, if I can find it, let's have a little look here. I drag the screen across and let's have a look at our dashboard. Let's maximize that. And we go in. This is the e-ink business Etablone dashboard. We've got some devices under test here. Current one is this one that I'm using. You can see our rather handsome model again, because that is, as you saw, what is being displayed on this unit. You're going to have a look at that. I haven't implemented all of this yet, but you can see some of that telemetry coming back being displayed. And we have a little schedule of some imagery that we can show on the unit. Now, it is, as I speak to you, about 7:45 at night, because we don't stop here. And the most recent one that we've got a 17:45, 1900, and 8 o'clock. And so the most recent one that should be displayed is the ski hat, which indeed it is. And at 8 o'clock, we would see the poppies being displayed. But just for you, what I'm going to do is change that around a little bit. I'm going to move our friendly neighborhood model to later in the evening, just to cheer up my evening. So we'll put Michael on at 9 o'clock, I think. And what we'll do is it's a bit of a frig, to be honest. We wouldn't really do this, but for the purposes of demonstration, let's put the poppies on from sometime before now. So let's put them on from say 7 o'clock, 1900 hours, and let's save that schedule. So that's now been updated on the platform, cloud-based, scalable, huge numbers of devices, etc., architected for that. And this is now sitting here so that when the unit then wakes up again, it will connect in, get that schedule. It's already cached those images from previous iterations, and with a bit of luck, fingers crossed, it will start to update the e-ink display, and we will see some poppies. So just to sort of reiterate, there's been quite a lot of moving parts to bring together to get to this point, simple as it may seem. And you can see that the e-ink display is updating now. It's crazy the way it updates, and that's because of the nature of the technology. There's like 6 different planes of pixels, which are sort of switched on and off as you go, flipped into on or off states. But the beauty of this is that once you have flipped those pixels, once you've put this image on the screen, and hopefully you will agree it's not a bad looking image at all, you can power that thing off and that will stay there. There is no power involved in showing that image. The little bit of power we take is to run our operations, to be able to wake up and that kind of thing. But this thing will just sit there. I could take the battery out of the back and you would see that. So the joy of this is that we can stick this thing on a wall with no external power for 5+ years, possibly quite a lot longer. And it will just pick up the data that it needs to display, whether that's images or information notes or you name it, symbols, signs, and it will pop those on and they will just stay there until we decide to change them. So this can go anywhere that you might not be able to get power in. And where you can get power in, this will be a much greener solution than powering your HD TV or TVs all through the day. So it's a really interesting technology. We're very, very excited about this. And as you can see, not bad, is it? If you want to talk to us about it, please contact us. We would love to have that conversation. And there we go again. See you later. Bye-bye.